There are 9 hidden psychological hacks anyone can use to stop your content from being invisible, your ads unprofitable, and your sales inconsistent, resulting in millions for your business. I've used all 9 of these to land over $40 million in online sales. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 9 hacks that will effortlessly market your offers and make your ideal buyers beg to work with you. To start with, number 1, I'm going to show you how you can use your marketing to sell your products, your offers, and your services without ever actually talking about them. All products and offers can be broken up into 3 parts. The first is your marketing. The second is the deliverable or the product itself that you're selling. But the third in the middle here is the result or the outcome for the customer or the client. These 3 circles, these 3 things make up what we're selling to the market. But the mistake that most business owners make is talking about the wrong part. Have you ever experienced this? You know that what you have to offer is beyond a shadow of a doubt the best thing since sliced bread, yet no one is buying. But at the same time, there are people making millions with a very similar offer that you know isn't as good as yours. This is because their marketing is amazing, but their product isn't. This is because, again, if we've got marketing, deliverables, and outcome, the world-class marketers know that they market the outcome, they don't market the deliverable, the product, the offer. And this is the mistake that most people make. They're busy talking about the product, the benefits, the bonuses, the one-to-ones, the training, the stuff they actually get. And that is never going to convince someone to buy. They're going to buy if we market the outcome they're going to get from the purchase. So the first psychological hack is huge. We've got to sell our potential clients on the result you help them achieve, not on how you plan to get them that result. The second psychological hack is instrumental in having clients chase you rather than feeling like you're always having to convince someone else to work with you. So let's look at an example. Let's imagine you're on the phone with a prospect trying to sell them on your high-ticket coaching program. You're at the end of the conversation, it's been a really hard chat, and you've offered them a chance to come into your program. They're fearful, they're doubtful, and they're hitting you with all these objections. You are on the back foot, and you are the one coming across as desperate for the sale. Now let's look at the opposite. What if, when prospects spoke to you on the phone, you didn't offer them a chance to come into your program just yet? What if you enrolled them on a second conversation only if you allowed them to come in after they applied for a spot? Suddenly, roles are reversed now. You hold the cards, you hold the power. They are leaning into you, wanting to be in your program, not the other way around. The energy is completely different. I'm leaned out, not begging for the sale, and this is called controlled authority, making our potential clients feel comfortable with us. There's a disqualifying energy that makes our clients feel like they're in competition with others to be able to work with us, and ultimately that we don't need the sale. Something I often teach my clients is that we need the sale, yes, but we don't need this sale. And that's the same energy you need to have in your marketing and your sales. And so the second hack is to lean out. When you do, your prospects will lean in. The third hack I want to show you is vital when trying to find your dream clients. And without this, you'll end up working with time wasters or people that just don't quite fit your avatar. And to prove it, let me tell you a quick story about a client I used to work with. After weeks of effort they had put into their webinar, they were still having the complete wrong people booking calls with her and wasting spots on her calendar. I took a look through the webinar, and although it was really compelling, it was actually too compelling. There was one simple tweak we made which flipped the results 180, and now only her perfect clients were booking calls. So let me show you what that change was. I asked her to add a section about who this webinar was not for, to spend a few minutes towards the beginning describing the type of person she doesn't want to work with, and it changed everything. We often spend all our time trying to pull potential clients towards us, but this new way meant that we're also pushing away those who may have got caught up in the messaging, but you just wouldn't be able to help. So number 3, your marketing message should push people away just as much as it pulls them in. That way we're super focused and only speaking to dream prospects. The next hack, number 4, is a crazy effective method of repositioning your offers, products, and services in a way that makes it almost impossible for leads not to buy. The way in which most people sell their offers and their products is they speak to the prospect about the fact that they are currently here, they are trying to get the result over here, and all they've got to do is join your $5,000 coaching program, for example, and if they buy that, they will get the result. And this is it. This is how most people sell their offer, but there are two sides to every story. And if we sell like this, then our potential clients only see the price tag, and we want them to see something else entirely. Let's say your prospect's goal is to make $10,000 a month, and they see others in the space doing it, and so they know that it's possible, but what they haven't quite realized yet is if they know for a fact they could be earning $10,000 every month once they hit that goal, then every month that goes by where they haven't achieved that goal, they're losing $10,000 a month. This is the story we need to make sure that they hear. The cost of working with you is $5,000, but the cost of not working with you could be 10, 20, 30, or 40,000 because it will take much longer for them to reach that goal by themselves. So hack number 4 is what we call opportunity cost. In your marketing and your sales, we need to make our clients aware of the cost of not working with you. The 5th hack is something that I actually learned the hard way, and it goes against everything else that I see online. So it's no wonder that people are losing tens of thousands because of it. When I first started marketing my services, I created my first funnel, if you could even call it that, and spent hours diving into funnel building platforms, crafting what I thought was the perfect landing page, and I added everything. So many ways for potential clients to contact me or hear about my offers or join trainings or learn who I was, my story. It had everything on there. But the moment I pressed launch, nothing. I even ran ads to it, still nothing. So I started ripping it apart, trying to find what it was that wasn't working. And over the next few days and weeks, actually, I started deleting parts and something happened. People started opting in. I deleted some more, and then opt-ins increased again. I realized that I had made a huge mistake. I thought that people would want to know everything in order to make a decision, but it was actually just overcomplicating the whole process. And so what can we learn from this? If you keep it streamlined, one focus, one message, and most importantly, one action to take, you're going to have far more people taking that action because they aren't distracted. And so the 5th hack is that more is not always more. So next hack, number 6, actually 10x's the effectiveness of the previous hack so that when you combine the two, marketing feels easier than ever. Let me break this down for you further. Let's say we still got your prospect over here, and ultimately what we want them to do is come over here and buy your program. That's the one main big action. And the problem that most business owners face is that they go ahead and try and get this prospect to make that one big jump. We're asking them to book a call straight away. We're asking them to make a purchase before they even know all the details. We get them on the phone and we're already offering them our 10K program. It's like asking someone to marry you on the first date. It just simply won't work. What we need to do instead is we need to create what we call micro commitments, smaller actions that we're asking them to take that will lead to the main big action. If, for example, the first thing we ask them to do is give us their email address in exchange for a free gift, they're far more likely to do that. Then if on the next page we offer more value in exchange for more of their time, they're more likely to do that. If during that value we ask them to take the next step, which is perhaps come and check out a bit about our offer, they're more likely to do that. At the end of that offer, it might be to book a call. They're more likely to do that, and so on and so forth. These micro commitments will lead them to make the big commitment and buy your program. So hack 6 is find ways to break up your sales process. A few smaller commitments can build trust and lead to the sale. You just got to take your time and not rush it. Now with hack number 7, we're going to take something we just learned in the 6th hack, and there's a very specific place we're going to use this that when I started doing it, doubled my sales. It's the same thing my client Irina used to sell her language coaching offer for $3,700, and Robert, who teaches piano, made $13,000 in 14 days, and Tom crossed 5 clients worth $4,500 every month in just 2 weeks for his agency. The change they made was how they positioned their offer and closed sales on the phone. Rather than trying to sell to anyone with a credit card and a pulse, they used a unique framework for sales calls that focused on building relationship over selling. Which is ironic because doing it this way actually led to selling more of their programs with less friction, and they actually enjoyed the sales calls. I could spend literally hours going through every single part of this sales framework, but instead, to save you some time, I've created a complete framework called the push and the pull process. It's all part of my 7-figure system bundle. And if you click the link below or in the top comment, you can download it all for free. Hack number 8 is arguably the foundation of marketing, and without it, you have no hope of attracting clients to you or your offers. Imagine this. Let's say you've just finished a long walk and you are exhausted. It's cold and it's wet outside, and so you step inside a pub, and the waiter sees you and says immediately, you need a hot bowl of soup, a bacon sandwich, and a cold pint to wash it all down. And your eyes light up. You think, I didn't know it, but that is exactly what I need right now. Okay, that doesn't happen very often, or at least never to me, but how much better is that than the waiter asking, what would you like? So how does this actually help you in your marketing? The lesson here is that the first waiter knew exactly what we wanted before we had to say it. He knew me. He understood me and my situation better than I even did at the time. And this is what our marketing needs. It's called displayed understanding, and it needs to be everywhere in order for people to trust you and your solution. And so hack 8 is vital because no one will trust you or your solution unless you have first proven that you understand the problem. Hack number 9 is a subtle change in how we describe someone's problem so that they come to you realizing they need your help. It's like having someone sell themselves into your program. So let's say that this is where your prospect is right now and they have the problem. And over here, they have the goal, where they want to be. And there's something in the middle, which we'll get to in just a moment. But you need to understand that most marketers and sales professionals focus on talking about the problem, the goal, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they're missing a vital, critical piece that we need to discuss, which is this in the middle. This here is like a mirror. It's the identity gap between where they are and where they want to be or believe they should be. If we focus here and make them aware of this gap, it creates a pressure for them to change. For example, saying to your prospect, sales are inconsistent, is far less powerful than you're an expert, but your sales process doesn't position you like one. Or rather than your webinar isn't converting, we say you're operating below the level you should be. And so for hack number 9, we need to be aware of this and use this in our marketing to pull someone towards the change they need, and in so doing, towards our product, our offer, or the service that we can provide. Knowing these psychological hacks to use in your marketing is one part of the picture. But if you haven't yet got your offer, your marketing, your sales system set up to be able to implement them, then check out this video where I'll show you how in 48 hours you can make your first $5,000 with an offer you haven't even yet created. I'll see you over there.